abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the time. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times, touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And he did make that extra point, no issue with the treacherous footing. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Dynamite matchup today, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. Michigan has the lead right now, but it hasn't come easy for the folks in Ann Arbor. They're in a tight one. They're up by 7 over UTEP. For now, it's back to you fellas, but of course, if anything changes, you'll see it right here.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Finds some space, enough to get 5 to the 22. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Caught in the backfield, it's Thomas. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12.
The trend continues for this offensive line from last week. They gave up 5 sacks last week. They've given up 4 today. The most important part of your offense is protecting that quarterback. They've got to do a better job.
And the Blue Hens will call on their punt team. 3 and out and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. A fair catch is called for and made just across the 50-yard line. And Duke has the ball back, ready to go on the attack. They put 2 touchdowns on the board in the early going and now right back to work. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. They'll ride the running back and leave it with it. This freshman makes the stop after a short gain. The Blue Devils come to the line on 3rd down, trying to keep this drive alive. They'll try to move the chains on the ground. That defensive front just flat whipped them as they knock him down for a big loss. And the Blue Devils will line up to punt it away. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. And the punt will hit at the 7, and they can't corral it. It goes into the end zone. It'll come out to the 20. He let that thing fly quickly, but he couldn't make the connection. What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? After the incompletion, they go back up top. The quarterback's a little more on target there. Maybe they hook up, but it's an incompletion. This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. He'll loft one deep down the left side. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. The Blue Hens will punt this one away. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. Fair catch is called for. You want to make sure that you field it cleanly in rainy weather like this. First snap of this drive will come from the 46. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. And they weren't able to make the connection. They were looking for an explosive play. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. He'll do it himself. And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop. 3rd and short from the 49. Is this 4-down territory? From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the middle. And the 3rd down pass is incomplete. The Blue Devils line up to punt it away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. And the punt hits at the 8 and goes into the end zone for the touchback. Guys, the Blue Hen offense going to work. They haven't exactly burst out of the starting blocks, and they need to get something together with this possession.
defense picking up right where it left off. Last week put a great game together, really shut down an opponent. Now you can tell, man, they're going to make you earn everything you get. And this offense is going to have to find a way to find some holes because we haven't seen them the last couple of weeks.
And after the tackle, that will bring us to the end of the first quarter. Guys, time has expired here in the quarter, and Duke is on top. Really strong performance so far to be able to build a lead here in the first period as we look at the stats. This could be a pivotal moment in this game as we open the second period and they try to find a way to answer. This offense had a little extra time to think about it. Let's see what they have on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Takes a shot as he lets it go. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a fourth down. And the Blue Hens will bring the punt team onto the field. They may have to pay him overtime. He's punting for the 5th time today. Fair catch is called for in the midst of all this rain. Concentrate on one thing. Make the catch. He wants to start this drive with a pass. And the throw out to the sideline, good for just a few yards. And the Blue Devils can really attack on this second and short. Looking for room, it's Allen.
And I can't tell you how much I love seeing corners being willing to come up and tackle. That is so huge for a defense. You can't olay blocks and create space. You can't just hang out on the outside. You got to go set that edge.
And conversely, I can't tell you how much I hate it when receivers don't want to block. You got to do a better job on the perimeter. It's not going to be enough in this offense just to catch passes. You got to go execute your assignment. That corner should have been blocked, and they should have gotten a bigger gain on that outside run.
Desperately wanted to convert on fourth down, but couldn't do it. The give to the back. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Looking to fire. Fears the pressure. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was knocked loose, and third down is coming. Trying to pick up a first down. On third and long, trying to have a big completion here. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's fourth down. The Blue Hens send out the punt unit. And these guys have been busy. 6th punt of the day. And no shot at a return here as the punt flies out of bounds. And the Duke offense heads back out onto the field. They've got it back after that last drive stalled out, and they were stopped on fourth down, David.
Yeah, and they put a little bit of a drive together, but, Jesse, they stalled on the other side of the field, and they got to find a way to keep that momentum going as they get closer to the end zone.
I agree. I do like their mindset, though, and I think they need to continue.
Turning it on! Out across the 30 to the 39 after getting 10 on that one. From the 39-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Little touch pass to the receiver. You'll take this every time. 5 yards on the first down play. And now on second down for this offense. Using his legs, it's Allen. They make the stop at the 41, but it's a 15-yard pickup, and they're rolling with a first down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Blue Devils are on the move. Wants to throw on first down. Got his man on the right. They make the stop right at the 30-yard line, but it's a 10-yard pickup and a first down. Tries to do it himself on the draw. Makes a stop in the backfield. He'll lose 4. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. They'll try to make up for that last one on 2nd and 15. Back to pass. That, friends, is a busted play. Incomplete. 7th play of the drive coming up, and a long way to go on 3rd down. A shot toward the end zone. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. And the Blue Devils will punt it away on 4th down. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. That thing was down for a while, but the big bounce carried it into the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Guys, the Delaware offense going back to work. We'll see if they can be a little more productive this time around. A 3-and-out the last time they had the ball. And the catch along the sideline will come up a little short of the 1st down. And it looks as if they've buzzed down. Replay wants to have another peek at that last play. After taking another look just to confirm everything, the officials on the field got it right. Play will stand. They'll try the run. He moves the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 33. So they picked up that last 1st down on the ground, now with a fresh set of downs. Might as well give it to him again. Stuffed almost in his tracks, but strong enough to pick up 1 to the 35. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Wants to go up top. Makes the grab on the left. He's close to the 1st down, and they're going to mark him just a little short. And the Blue Hens come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to convert here. There he goes. They convert on 3rd down as he gets it to the 46-yard line. This offense has had trouble getting it in gear, but maybe a little life here on 1st and 10. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Tyree. And they pick up just a few on that completion. They'll go 5 wide on 2nd and 8. Looking to fire. Gets rid of it. Catch in the middle. It's Tyree. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the 1st down. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. The Blue Hens have it with a 1st and 10. To the air on 1st down. Finds his big tight end. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab. 2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. They're going to run it. Headed to the end zone. Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the 1st down. They'll try to get it in with the run. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Delaware. There have been miniseries, novels, movies, long-form plays that have been over in shorter period of time than that drive. That was a marathon.
And that's just so frustrating when you're a defensive guy, time and time again, trying to get the stops, and they just keep making the plays, and they punch it in for a touchdown. Demoralizing.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Texas has a lead right now in Austin, but they've been in a dogfight so far and just haven't been able to pull away. They're up by 11 over UTSA. That's where things stand right now, and of course, if the script is flipped,
breaks into the open. Stopped at the 42, but he got 15 yards on the play. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Big chunk play to start this drive. Now they'll really try to take it to this defense. Out of the gun, the running back has it. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming. Tried to pound it on 1st down, now back to the line. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. The Blue Devils come to the line on 3rd and short, hoping to keep the drive alive. Caught close to the marker, it's Brown. That'll get the job done and move the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 45. And the Blue Devils are moving quickly down the field. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. Back to pass. Here's a heat. Trying to escape and get it himself. Got to protect the merchandise. Gets down without taking a hit. Can't make the connection on 3rd down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's 4th down. Punt is on its way. And nobody able to handle that punt. They'll let it bounce and roll out of bounds. First play of this drive comes from the 14-yard line. Starts a drive trying to go up top. That's caught. It's Clement. A little more space. Open up that playbook even more as they pick up the 1st down out to the 30. We got a timeout here late in the 1st half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Got the back over the middle. Finally stopped at the 46 after a 15-yard gain. And the Blue Hens want to pick up the tempo. Looking downfield on 1st down. On the move and looking deep. Makes a grab down the middle. He's finally stopped and brought down at the 15.
And you see more and more of this in college football, finding your playmakers in space, whether it's a receiver, a tight end, or in this case a running back, way down the field. Get him isolated, find your matchup, and how about the running back turning into a receiver?
Back open in the middle. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion. The defense calls the timeout. They're 2nd of the day as they try to get their act together. Trying play action. Looking for the score. Touchdown, Blue Hens. Fit it in the window for the score.
Man, that is picture-perfect execution by this offense. That is how you close a half. Chewing up some time, getting in the end zone, a chance to tie this up and feel really good about yourself going into halftime.
Extra point here will tie the game. And they add the extra point to finish the drive. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. They'll get a chance to work on that hurry-up offense here in the final minute of the 1st half. Quickly out to the tight end. Just a quick rhythm throw there and really good use of the tight end.
Yeah, good use of the big fella. I mean, go through your progressions real quick. You can't find anything. Get the easy game.
Oh, he's got some space. He'll be brought down, and that's the final play of the half. 1st half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Gentlemen, you've had yourselves a superb broadcast so far today in Durham. And talk about a good, competitive game so far. Not saying this has been the best 1st half we've seen in the history of these two programs, but they've matched each other's intensity, and the result has been, well, a good, competitive game so far. They don't call me the most creative man in broadcasting for nothing, you know. And with that, let's send it back to the guys at Brooks Field inside Wallace Wade Stadium.
We've got a good one going here in the 3rd quarter, all tied up as he's set to kick it away. He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. And Duke has the ball back, ready to go on the attack. First drive of the 2nd half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're locked up in a ball game like this one.
Yeah, and it's been a good game. I mean, it's been a little bit of back and forth and a feeling out process. And now once you get in the 2nd half, who's going to get aggressive, Palmer? Who's going to take some shots, try to make some plays, and really go for it?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think as play callers right now, you learn a lot about these coaching staffs with respect to who does make the best adjustments. There's a lot of coaches that believe we're just going to be who we are. We're going to keep doing what we do. We're just going to do it better. But then there are others that tweak things a little bit on offense and on defense. We're going to find out here.
Gives it on the option. Showed off just about every move in the book, except the forward move. Stopped for a short gain. From the gun. Give on the inside. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop. The Blue Devils come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to keep the drive alive. Looking to throw on 3rd. Grabbed behind the line. It's Allen. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And the Blue Devils will try to pin them back with the punt. They've been busy out there to punt for the 5th time today. Another punt on the way. Got to make sure those hammies and glutes all activated. Don't want any muscle pulls from overuse. And now the Blue Hen offense onto the field. They dug themselves out of a 14-0 hole, and now a chance to take the lead on this drive. And how about the efficiency on that one? It'll bring up 2nd and 4. The Blue Hens with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Snagged in the middle, it's Tyree. And he won't quite get there, but boy, after that pickup, just a few inches to go for the first, an array of possibilities here. And the Blue Hens are facing 3rd and inches. Surging forward on the sneak. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw on 1st down. He's got an open man. He found plenty of room, and he gets it to the 39-yard line.
And as soon as the receiver caught the ball, you saw the quarterback start communicating to his teammates what the next play was going to be, because they're now changing the tempo and going fast.
On 2nd down, will they go back to the ground game? Wants to go up top. Finds his man. It's Clement. He makes the stop almost as soon as he catches it, and they're short of the 1st down. On 3rd and short, the power run here. Turning it on. The stop is made, but this offense is threatening 1st and goal from the 9. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Blue Hens will try to put one on the board on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. It's 3rd and goal and 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Lets it go to the end zone. Right through his hands. He had a touchdown and just didn't look the ball in. It'll be 4th down. And they decide to trot out the kicker. And he kept that one just straight enough to graze inside the left upright. And with that field goal, they now have the lead. So they were able to put up a 3 spot on that last drive, and now the kickoff team out there as they prepare to put boot to leather. From inside the 10, here he comes. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. And the Duke offense heads back out onto the field. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive, Jesse. They had to punt it.
I think they got to be more physical, David. I think up front they got to do a better job getting blocks and establishing this running game.
And how easy does football become if you're the more physical team? If you can threaten the run and then run play action, it opens up the whole offense at your disposal.
And they'll stop him after a minimal pickup. The Blue Devils come to the ball trying to pick up this 3rd and short. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. He'll pull it on the read. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And the Blue Devils will send out the punt unit. They're up to a half dozen kicks today. Fair catch called for and taken at the 30-yard line. Okay, guys, here comes the Delaware offense onto the field. Always good to get points on a drive, David, but chip shot field goals can leave you a little empty.
And I think it's great to get points, but the great teams get touchdowns in the red area. You got to get out there this time and execute a little better on this drive.
You're absolutely right, David. And generally, the best red zone offenses are the ones that run the ball the best. So let's see if they can be a little bit more physical on this drive.
They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains. Looking to throw on first down. Makes the grab. They'll finally drag him down, but not before he gets it to the 40, and it's a first down. And the Blue Hens come to the line with a new set of downs. A little screen to the running back. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short gain there, and still plenty of ground to cover for the first down. Wants to fire on second down. Just can't pull the trigger, and the quarterback is sacked at the 41.
I think the thing that's so impressive about this defense, it's not just the athleticism and the ability to get to the quarterback, it's the variety in the ways they can do it. Sometimes it's a four-man rush, sometimes it's a three-man rush, sometimes it's all-out blitz. But with the speed they have, especially in that front seven, it has been a nightmare for this offense. They've been giving up sack after sack after sack in this game.
They'll throw it to the back on the screen. They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a first down. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. Under fire. Caught near the sticks. It's Thurman. Finally corralled, but not before he picks up the first down. The Blue Hens had tough field position to start this drive, but they've been relentless in moving the ball methodically down the field. Grabbed in the middle. It's Clement. They go up top to get it down to the 5-yard line as they try to pay off this drive. Back to pass on second down. Back swinging for the goal line. Touchdown, Delaware! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. The offense strikes again to extend its lead here in the second half.
And they got everything working. How great is this? You extend your lead. Now you get your defense back on the field. Great job taking advantage of the situation and building on that lead.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. OHIO. Ohio State is up big right now in what's shaping up to be a blowout to remember.
Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Catch in the middle, it's Tyler. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a first down. Looking for room, it's Allen. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Rides the back and leaves it on the option. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line. 1st and 10. From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. This time they stop him behind the line of scrimmage, and boy, that has been rare in this one. If you like old school running games, this has been the game for you and a couple of guys who starred through the first 3 periods. one more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. After swapping ends of the field, they gave him a little time to figure out how they'll open the final period here on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. It's complete. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Blue Devils.
Man, that's a play this kid has been running ever since he was 7 years old at the park with his best friend, throwing in go routes right down the field. I'm running by a guy, I'm looking back, locating the football, making the catch, and he does it in a big moment here in this game.
On to attempt the try.
Is on for the extra point.
And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And good work by the coverage team to knock down the return man. Guys, the Blue Hen offense going to work. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. He's got the back in the middle. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. Plenty of work to do here on second and long. Looking to fire. He lofts it high and deep down the left side. And the deep shot is complete inside the 35-yard line. And the Blue Hens come to the line in the hurry-up.
And after that long completion for the first down, did you see everybody sprinting to the line of scrimmage offensively? They want to go tempo right now.
Wants to go up top on first down. Caught in the backfield, it's Thomas. Tackled almost immediately. They're well short of the first down. They just keep firing. Just a hair too much on it from this big-armed sophomore quarterback. Ball spotted at the 27. They're facing a third and long to try to keep their hopes of a touch. There he goes. And that'll not only be a first down, it'll be first and goal from the 7. And this offense not only has a chance to extend the lead, but they can also drain that clock. They'll run it on first and goal. Trying to move the pile into the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 2. They've moved it forward to the 2. Now it's second and goal. They'll move the wide receiver. Grabbed behind the line. It's Tyree. Touchdown, Blue Hens! Haul that baby in and then stroll into the end zone for the score.
And man, a lot of times late in games, you see offenses, they get very conservative, very predictable, and then they leave it in the hands of their defense. I like this execution, man. The offense continues to do what they do, and they take the 2-score lead in the fourth quarter, everything going in their direction.
And the extra point extends the lead to double figures at 10. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. And Duke has the ball back, ready to go on the attack. Things had not gone the way they had planned, but maybe an opportunity to salvage the... And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13. The defense coming up big there, and the sack is great, but the secondary deserves some credit too.
No doubt. When you can cover like that in the secondary and drop back in your zone and only rush a few, and you feel comfortable getting home, and they're going to get to the quarterback, that is a great feeling, and that's fun to be a defensive coordinator calling the plays.
The Blue Devils trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Off the play fake. Unleashes it on the run. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. Third and long from inside their own 20. Going back to the well, another deep ball. Fires into traffic, intercepted. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
It doesn't get any better for your defense. You know exactly the situation in the fourth quarter, everything in your favor. Don't let them make big plays. How about you make a big play? Nice job getting the interception. It's not icing on the cake yet, but it's getting pretty close.
Guys, the Delaware offense going back to work. Grabbed over the middle. It's Thurman. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. They've moved to the 16. It's 1st and 10. They'll send the back in motion. Wants to throw on first down. Takes the easy throw in the flat. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Fires to the end zone. Can't make the grab as he was looking for his man right at the goal line. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. And it's incomplete as he was trying to make the play in the back corner of the end zone. So on 4th down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. Oh, the attempt is no good. Guys, a double-digit lead is good, but more would have been better.
Hey, sometimes I just feel like 4th down, man. Just go for it every time. Like the field goal miss, make rate. And listen, kickers have improved the last couple of years, but we left some points off the scoreboard there.
Makes the catch. It's Brown. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. Now on 2nd down. They'll run the toss. Knocked down in the backfield, and boy, this guy's had a good day, but they finally get to him on that run. It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Caught over the middle, it's Brown. And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short. Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. 4th. Big man has it. It's a 1st down and more. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go. What an unfortunate penalty there. They thought they'd converted the 4th down. Instead, they'll have to try it again. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. They got him for the sack, and they'll get the ball back after the 4th down stop.
And you had to. I mean, the offense had to be aggressive. You're down multiple scores. You needed to make something happen right now. You had to be aggressive. I think you had to go for it on that 4th down. Now, obviously, the game's looking like it might get out of hand.
And now the Blue Hen offense onto the field. A blown opportunity, missing that short field goal on the last drive, and now they'll try to put something on the board here. Snagged out of the air. Touchdown, Delaware. Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone. With that, the lead nice and comfortable, and they're cruising toward a 4-0 start. He has been surgical. Precision passes, using the scalpel, the fine instrument, rather than the blunt one.
And the defense has had absolutely no answer for it. Just, he's been down their throats all game long, a step ahead, understanding what he's seeing, and just destroying this defense.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Texas is painting an offensive masterpiece so far. It's been like a Bob Ross masterclass. They're up by 21 over UTSA. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short game there. And here comes the offense on second down. Back to pass. Got it behind the line. It's Allen. He'll go out of bounds right at the 40-yard line as this offense continues to show great patience. Coming out on first down with the play fake. And it just squirted through his hands. He wanted to take off and got too anxious. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Gonna look downfield again. Great style points on that catch, but they didn't pick up any yardage. Here they come, facing third and long from the 40. From the gun, wants to pass. And it's incomplete. Good play downfield by the DB. Down in the fourth quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Takes a hit as he fires. It's incomplete. A fourth down stop and the turnover on downs. With the catch, it's Thomas. He snagged it, but he'll be stopped short of the first down. Good, solid pickup on that play. The Blue Hens with a second and short to keep this drive moving. Bringing the heat. They get to him as he throws.
Quarterbacks need time when they're in the pocket to complete throws. That QB had no shot after taking that hit.
Caught in the backfield, it's Tyree. Now well within striking distance as that third down play gets him a first at the 29.
And that's a first down for the offense.
To the air on first down. And he just threw that one away. Safe move, didn't see anything, lived to play another play. So now it's second and long. Wants to go up top. Fires to the big fella. Well, he did a good job to get the foot down in bounds, but only picked up a yard and not enough for a first down.
Yeah, they need to work with more space, Reese. I mean, it's not worth it.
Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32.
Man, I think this quarterback needs to take his offensive line out for dinners more often because they're not protecting him, and sometimes it doesn't even look like they're trying. That now the 6th sack of the game for this defense.
And the Blue Hens decide to punt it away. Boy, they had a chance to track that thing down, but it bounces into the end zone for a touchback. And the Duke offense heads back out onto the field. Weeks like this are tricky, but you have to respond better than they have, and I would expect they'll take a major hit in the rankings next week. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few. And the Blue Devils will hustle to the line.
Well, and here's the problem offensively. Because you're trailing by so much so late in the game, the defense now is going to be playing big zone coverages, and they're going to allow you to throw the ball underneath in the middle of the field, rally to make a tackle, and bleed the clock. It's going to be hard now for this offense to claw their way back in this one.
Looking downfield on first down. That's reeled in. It's Brown.
And defensively, this is exactly what you want, right? You got the big lead, so you can play big zone coverages. Just keep the ball in front of you. Keep your eye on the quarterback. Rally to the football. Gang.
Grabs it at the 25 in stride. And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, Duke.
Sometimes it's players, not plays, or sometimes it's both. And when you got that guy and you put him in the slot and you let him burn for a go route right past a nickel corner or one of the reserve corners or a safety, that's a great job by the offense, and that speed you can't teach, and that's why he's in the house for 6.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. And the PAT will draw them 1 point closer. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. They are running out of time here. They need to get the ball back. They'll line up for the onside kick. Okay, guys, here comes the Delaware offense onto the field. They had to punt it away on their last possession, but man, what great field position this time.
I mean, this is awesome. Like, last possession didn't go great. Now you're set up in an opportunity to get some points. Start thinking about what plays I like, Jesse, as I cross the 50.
There are a lot of offensive coordinators out there, David, and in this position, they like to take a shot right away and try and capitalize on this field position.
Quick timeout call by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Out of the backfield, he's open. He gets it oh so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short. The Blue Hens will call on their punt team. They'll try to put a drive together, starting from their own 12. Going right to work up top. Caught behind the line. It's Allen. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Clock's running, and they'll try to get to the line warp speed for 2nd down. Looking to fire. Here comes the heat. Quarterback needs to make a better throw there. Incomplete. Need 10 yards on this 3rd down, and they're backed up inside their own 20. Gets the back moving. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Caught in the backfield. It's Allen. He ended up losing yardage on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down. Sprinting to the line to try to get this one off. Clock's running. On 4th down, going to the air. Here's a throw downfield late. It's incomplete, and they desperately needed to keep that drive going, and they couldn't make the connection. And this one is just about in the books. The defense can stop the clock one more time as the offense takes a knee. With yet another unranked team taking down a ranked opponent, does a portal help level this out a little bit where it's really difficult to know which team should be ranked in the first place?
I think the portal certainly helps. At the end of the day, though, they just wanted it more today, and that win is going to help recruiting. It's going to help their confidence moving forward. I know this, David, every team on the rest of their schedule, they're now taking account notice of this team.
And I completely agree. Like, you start to build momentum, and then momentum helps you find more guys in the portal and helps high school recruiting. So big ranked win today. And who knows, maybe this gets them in the rankings in the near future.
Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.